Or should we talk about suspect's return?
I feel like you can't talk about one without the other.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a clear trajectory overlap.
Let's let it come to us.
Let's let it.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trappers Happy Day 10. The Trap News Network, back in the same, like crack of the same here at 10. Trap News Network. It's that good news you could use. It's that good knowledge-ito. You're not finna get nobody's college-ito, big dog. Tap in with that tap in. Make sure, in fact, tapped in with that good. Tap in. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Excuse me. Hit all stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge. You're not finna get nobody's college. We finna tap in with that good tap in, man. Suspect makes his return and said Brandon was scared to catch a fade with him. I don't think that that's true. And then since Brandon has already called in and said that he needed a fade from Almighty Suspect, and Almighty Suspect got extremely quiet, that's where that kind of goes. We finna jump into this content, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Notification bell here. All stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Let's see where this content takes us, man. News, cues, knowledge, anything anybody's college. Let's get into it. Let's go.
The cold part is because this all started with the contentious interaction between the two of them. And that was the first time
Wait, can I ask about that from a fan perspective, also nuanced fan perspective as a black person? Why did you care so much about the hard R? Like, you don't just be dropping hard R's with the homies?
No.
For real?
It wasn't so much about the hard R. I wasn't mad at that because I laughed at that. Once he hit me and said, oh, that's the white man in you. That's that white blood in you.
Okay.
That's making you act like that.
Okay.
Now you're making me mad.
Okay, I understand.
Because you already know coming from, you ain't light skinned, but you black.
Yeah.
And you know, on both sides we get it. Being dark, they always want to say you the criminal, you bad, you got crazy shit going on, and they got all types of stereotypes. And for light skins, they got the same. You feel me? You white, you this, you soft.
Yeah.
All kind of shit. We both get the same. You feel me? So that's what he was trying to press on me when I was like, everybody in the room, they all said I didn't say that. And that could have been the end of it. It wouldn't be to need to be no beef, no nothing. Because everybody in the room was like, he didn't say that. All he had to say was, my bad, bro. I thought you said it. And I'd have been like, for sure.
Okay, I missed that part. Because I just thought that was strange. I was like, I know we all have made a joke once or twice, around fellow black people, just messing around type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all make the little jokes, but it just didn't look good for it to happen on camera the way it happened on camera, for sure.
And
that was also their very first interaction.
I never met him from nothing. I didn't even know him, and I wasn't talking to bro.
That was crazy
Mikey.
random,
Mikey was in the room, and Josh was in the room. And Mikey and Josh was like, bro, he didn't say that. Like, you tripping. And he said, no, that's what he said.
No, Josh said that he said that before in different situations and scenarios, and maybe it wasn't always the most appropriate, but it has been said. So that's actually where that way you're not fully telling the truth, but that's your business and it's your truth to tell, I guess.
I see he was standing on it. He was like, yeah, that's that white blood in him.
But
so that's where it began.
Me knowing this fool the way, I would have been surprised if he reacted any other way because he's from a super pro-black family.
We wouldn't play like that.
Yeah, so that's probably like the quickest way to trigger a response from this guy. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I think he knew that.
And neither of his parents
knew that. I didn't know him. I think he knew that because Josh was like, dude, you got some type of preconceived beef with this kid, and I was like, I don't even know him.
Do you think that he came in thinking that he was gonna basically take aim at you? Like he looked at the whole crew and thought, you know what? That's the one that I can trigger.
Based on how he do his content, after I figured out absolutely. Absolutely. Because he do this fake pro-black, but then he always shooting down at black people. He call black women hood rats and hoochie mamas, and he call us and thugs and like that. Like he like an Uncle Ruckus. So I think absolutely I was the one out of that cast that day that he absolutely wanted to point out for sure.
I don't think that Brandon's like an Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus is more like Flacco. Flacco would be definitely more of an Uncle Ruckus. He'd be like cousin. My bad, that's a little whack. He'd be more like cousin Ruckus for sure. But I wouldn't full blown Uncle Ruckus Brandon. I would give that to Flacco if anybody, but that's just that.
We consider Brandon a shock jock. Is he in that category of content creator or?
I mean, okay, Brandon seems to actually believe all the things he says, but sometimes he will say things that verge into the territory of no person could ever believe this. Like, for instance, he'll find himself just arguing that Donald Trump doesn't lie.
The Beacon?
And it's just whoa.
Hold on.
What the and you give him so many examples, and he's just not going.
Beacon of transparency.
That was the whole same thing. They gave him a million examples of why I didn't say that. He just, nope. said it, and that's what I'm standing on.
I don't know.
He's like that.
I don't think he necessarily was trying to target Sus. I think, like, after spending a lot of time around Brandon just on the pod, that's kind of his humor. He's pretty abrasive, and he's.
But Suspect did say the hard ER. Like, I don't think that it's really that big of a whatever, but we're just speaking in actual facts. There's been plenty of times where Suspect has gotten mad and said hard ER for sure. So there's a
like that. I don't think he realized in his head, like, he probably figured, oh, you might be mixed of some kind. You feel me? Like,
Which he was wrong.
Which he was wrong. So he thought that he could make that joke or make that comment, and it was gonna be a way for him to pause, subtly assert dominance. You feel me? But he didn't know that was probably the last thing that was gonna resonate.
Me and the black, I don't play with the black shit. I'm ready to argue anybody down about some black at any minute. At any minute.
So okay, let's like keep going through this in order. So you guys have that weird conversation.
Here's the thing too about Almighty Suspect, and I ain't gonna lie. So I was, expecting more out of him. But then again, it's not my place or space to expect anything out of Almighty Suspect. But I was expecting a little bit more out of Almighty Suspect with that Bojack situation, that Bo Jackman situation with Hellcat. Because regardless of whatever, here you are fighting for your own blackness. You feel me? And you're watching her blackness get disrespected.
And then you say, let's go, let's fight, let's go outside right now.
That's not how that happened. And I don't like that narrative.
Okay, what?
Absolutely not. It's
Simplify it.
backwards. No. So what happened was I'm grilling him, and we all know how I get on a podcast. It get a little overwhelming.
Gordon Foreman.
I'm cooking them.
Why you gotta look at me when I say that?
With the grease
No,
tray.
because you've been on the other end of it.
Yes.
It get a little overwhelming when I'm cooking. You feel me? So we're going back and forth, and I'm cooking them, cooking them.
Why you brought this?
Just consider it.
Bring this in here for? Man, this nigga.
This nigga said, "Nah, I don't need that.
I don't know where the hell this came
Yeah, the taquito. That's a wild thing to give young Ann in this exact moment at those ever for sure.
Oh my God, bro. No.
NBA.
Can't get that to him. That's processed food, man.
I used to f- with a girl who only ate taquitos.
That's it.
Freaked me out. But honestly, like, I'm looking at you and you kind of have like the same energy and probably like similar body composition.
That's crazy.
What
Hey, and I was about to say, was she bad? Because girls, badass chicks have.
What did her box smell like?
Wait. Did Adam just said, is he? This man just said young Ann Hefe was shaped like a baddie. All right. Okay.
He got
The
you
box
fucked up.
didn't always smell good, but
Okay, there you go.
she was like a lit porn star who had gotten into meth and Xans, and so she was kind
Okay.
of on the tail end. She's starting to look bad. No, now people don't really care about her anymore. I'm sure if
And you was knocking her down when she was on the meth and the Xans. All right, Adam, no boundaries.
I were to see her now, it'd probably be pretty brutal.
Have you ever dropped this chick's name, or you protecting that? You don't want to. Now that you're in the biz, you don't want to.
Okay, the weird thing about porn versus hip hop is that in hip hop, a lit rapper from 10 years ago, we all remember. At least if you like really pay attention to the culture, you remember. Even if you don't really remember, you still remember the guy who was on the XXL cover, freshman cover, whatever. But in porn, it's like a girl could be on top of the world for 3-4 years. She disappeared for 10 years. Everyone forgets. Everyone moves on. You mention her at a party. Damn, you remember this girl? They were just staring at
one
you
of
like,
those,
damn, all
one of
right.
those.
Fools don't want to
Yeah.
listen to Illmatic anymore, huh? When it comes to porn, like there's.
I get some kind of sick joy out of beating off to porn scenes that were like, from like 10 years ago. Like,
Oh, you got to run
like,
back to classics.
I'll
You got to
beat
run
off
back
to
to classics.
scenes of girls that I loved back in the day.
Young Ann is like, what the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? What the helly berry? What's going on?
That,
Yeah.
I don't know what the f- they're doing now, but to me, that's what I compare it to. It's like listening to like an old Metallica album.
Yeah, it's classic.
You listen to Reasonable Doubt.
Classic.
Master of
That's
Puppets.
it's classic.
It takes you back to that
That's
time in your
classic
life.
Classic
Yeah.
Gucci.
Niggas
Oh,
crazy.
God.
Right, because classic Gucci is better than new Gucci.
I'm
Classic porn is better than new porn.
I'm still gooning to the scenes from
I
like
feel
the
you.
early 2000s.
I ain't gonna
no
lie.
doubt.
You feel me? Sometimes you gotta go. Sometimes on certain websites, you gotta go to.
Yeah, young Ann Hefe is not involving himself in this conversation. He's like, yeah, y'all niggas got this one, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and sit this one out. And honestly, as he really should, because now we have a bunch of grown men talking about how they whack their weasels. This is a weasel whacking conversation. All right.
The date, and you just gotta scroll a couple years back. You feel me? Because it be classics.
Yeah, Pinky's still doing numbers in my household. Let's be real. But anyway, wait,
Never have I ever donated a gram
You
of
do gotta
cum
get
to
back
her.
to you from your Bucci.
What? Yeah, we gotta
get back to Bucci butt.
All right,
what? Wait.
Well, talking about Pinky.
Okay,
is
hold
kinda
on,
like
wait,
talking
we-
about- No,
we
I'm
can't
saying
get into-
I
yeah.
have never masturbated to Pinky.
Bro.
Never even thought about
Okay,
it.
this
Why?
is gonna take us down
Never.
the craziest barbershop
Facts.
debate
We gotta
ever.
get off-
We
we gotta
cannot.
get back
She's
to
morbidly
go down
obese.
this hole.
We got with her, but she's morbidly obese.
Early 2000s, I'm gooning to Pinky.
Man, come
Not
on, man.
I.
We sitting in here having a jack off.
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta get off.
Man, Young and Hefe, the only one who said, like, what, bro? What? Like, y'all niggas gotta chill out with this one.
We gotta get off.
On the dead homies, I never beat off to that.
Gotta get off.
On the dead homies,
Y'all might
I never beat off to that.
Y'all might as well be in jail. How y'all got made the jack to 3 people that ain't been in.
Yeah, like, real talk, for 3 dudes who ain't never been in jail, for y'all to be having this real conversation like this is wild.
Jail. Debating the back off, jack off debate.
Like, what?
Hey, word to Brick Baby. I'm gonna sit here and beat me while she's beating me. They ain't ready. They ain't ready for the cycle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and beat me while she beat feet.
Hey, you got a new Brick Baby verse. What the fuck is y'all talking
And we got
about?
the white Brick Baby.
And we got white dead homies. Y'all really are
Dead
All right,
homies.
So speaking of making the dry, Brandon.
All right. So boom.
I'll never
So-
beat off to Pinky.
Once it gets like that, we arguing X, Y, and Z from we going back and forth. And then it gets to once we going back and forth, he was the one who initiated it. And this was my
He
whole
said he
point.
don't want to fight.
Thank you.
He don't want to fight.
And ask any and them fighting words, is it not?
For sure.
Yes.
Nigga don't wanna fight.
Yes.
It's nothing else to say after that. It's nothing else to say after that.
But there was something. It was you standing up and saying, "Let's go fight."
And look, people gotta understand why I did that is because look, bro, sometimes I be thinking and sometimes I don't be thinking. I wasn't thinking when I spit on them. I was absolutely thinking that time because I'm like, last time I got off on the right here, I almost lost my job. I'm probably gonna lose my job this time. But they didn't say
Yeah, well, probably not, because here you are, and at times, you know, Adam just has to give you, what, a month off? I think that's what you took off the last time was a month, and then here you are, so yes, you really can't get fired from No Jumper. As long as you don't put your hands on Adam, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do your calls. Excuse me, you can do whatever you want to your co-workers, to the, I don't really see anybody get into it too much with the staff that runs the computers and like the more like, you know, clerical side of No Jumper. But seems like as long as you don't get into it with Adam or the niggas behind the computers, you can pretty much disrespect and do and say whatever you want to do and say.
I'm going outside. They didn't say nothing about that.
Fair
So I'm
game.
like, let's go outside. Just follow me, gang. You feel me? And I still didn't know about none of that shit, but I didn't give a Mr. MMA. I didn't give a about none of that shit.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? I didn't even give a You feel me?
Now, what none of us believe is that Almighty Suspect stood any type of chance in fighting Brandon. That's what none of us believe. Almighty Suspect, let's be super realistic about this. And again, later on this episode, Brandon calls in and tells Almighty Suspect we can take a fade, and that comment 100% just goes ignored.
But at that point,
so after you did find out that it, you like, I gotta kind
No, because then, okay, Brandon says he doesn't want to go outside and fight him.
I don't give a
Brandon says no because he's trying to be professional.
Streets, gang.
All right, wait. Brandon's trying to be professional. He basically says, nah, I'm good, etc.
But you can't do
And
that.
then it comes out that he's a black belt, and all of a sudden, this was the great moment in that. Like, this is some real weird we never seen before. I'm not gonna lie, super entertaining.
That was a crazy
My whole
twist.
point about that is you can't play the high, classy role. His whole point of the whole was we gotta realize that he not dumb. His
Almighty, you a hoe. Because when you thought that you could bully Brandon, and you thought that he was, you know, just an easy target and an easy lick of Flacco, for lack of better words, you was all for it. But once he had his version of an equalizer or something just as grown men, you know what I'm saying, can make you able just to protect and defend yourself, you went immediately to, oh, he's a black belt, he is a weapon, and blah, blah, blah. But you a hoe because you don't want that ticket to come outside. You don't want that ticket to violence. You don't want that ticket to, we got to get down, we got to take a fade, we got to do this, we got to do that, blah, blah. You took it to that point. You feel me? And then when you were no longer able to make it to that point, you pulled a weapon. And then you didn't pull the weapon with the intention to use it. You pulled the weapon and then stepped behind security. So I'm not really too convinced with show demonstration, big dog. I'm not going to lie about that. And even again, I'm just gonna keep reiterating that later on this episode, Brandon calls in. It's like, nigga, you can get a fade, and Almighty Suspect just totally bypasses that whole conversation. Like it just, like Brandon just never says it. So, there's that.
Whole point was, this is what's wrong with the black community. The young black males is wild and rampant. He's rage baiting.
Wild and rampant.
He's rage baiting so he could get a certain reaction, so he could go home and say, look, this is what's wrong with the whoopty whoops. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real white man shit. You know what I'm saying? That was his whole point. So you can't say you don't want to fight, and then when I initiate us going to fight, you say, I'm too classy, and I would never fight in these people's establishment. What the f*** is you talking about? You just initiated the words to fight.
But then he did try to get you to go fight him after the black belt thing came out,
No,
right?
he didn't. He tried, no, he didn't. He likes to
said he wanted
act
to
like
swap.
he did. He acts like he likes to act like I did, and I sent him an address, and he never came to that. So he can act like all that shit, and I'll put the messages out right now. That's on both my kids, nigga. I never lied to you up here. I sent the address and said, meet me there at 4 o'clock, nigga, and he never came. Talking about let's...
Man, you a buster. You a buster, bro. You a buster. We hear you. We hear the tantrum. Oh, Almighty Suspect. Brandon, I hate you. I hate you, Brandon. Cry, whine. Scared to fight. Nobody believes you, bro. Nobody believes you. And the people who do believe you don't care enough to actually do anything in real life. It sounds good. All that stuff you saying, all I'm hearing is, I made a bunch of excuses on how I could prolong and delay the situation when I had an actual opportunity to get up on this ninja, because I was actually up on this ninja in real life and intangibility. I decided to spit, pull a knife out, and take a step back and hide behind security. At no point in the situation was I ever like, I'm gonna actually get cracking. So make an omelet is what you didn't do, big dog. You were supposed to get cracking. You never made that omelet, bro.
Do it at a gym and all. I'm not, what the f*** you talking about? I'm not getting in no ring with you. This not no ring. I don't fight for no boxing association.
So you don't want to get in the ring with him like a man, but you want him to meet you on some random back alley where you can go to jail. Or something can actually happen to you where you can get your life taken and all that kind of stuff. Almighty Suspect's an idiot. You are a true show of ignorance. Like, I know we entertain a lot of stupidity in this universe, but Almighty Suspect has to be one of the most ignorant, stupid individuals that you will ever run across in just life in general. Has nothing to do with being black, has nothing to do with being white, being a blood, being a crib, a non-affiliate, no jumper, Haters World, fucking Joe Budden podcast. Like, none of that has to do with anything. It has everything to do with the fact that, in one word, Almighty's an idiot. Straight up. And that is the reality of that situation. And that is the person that you tell your kids. Almighty's a kid, you would tell your kids, bro, don't play with him. You better than that. Don't play with him. Don't be around him. You feel me? He's just... Yeah, you need to just... Yeah, this dude right here is just... Man. Low key, bro, Almighty Suspect's pathetic. Like, Almighty Suspect is literally pathetic, bro. So, that level of ignorance and stupidity, at that age, pathetic.
I ain't licensed to nothing.
Street Productions.
Fuck you mean? I'm not licensed to a goddamn thing. You mean? That's you. You the one that's licensed to shit. I'm not licensed to a goddamn thing. And I'll put the messages up right now. I sent the nigga address and he didn't come to him. So niggas think I'm up here playing.
But you wouldn't go to a gym and get into a ring with him. Like, what are you talking about, bro? So he's soft for not going into some random back alley in some random neighborhood where you and your homies is probably gonna pack him out because you're a coward. We already kind of can see you ain't got no real grown man in you for real. So you for sure was trying to set him up for a pack out, if you let me tell you. He won't meet you there, but you too scary to meet him into a gym in a ring where y'all can have a real grown man fade. But he's the one that's, yeah, okay. That doesn't really make too much sense.
Then it was the following, like a week or two later.
It took a little while, and then it was when I was coming
He sent
back
the address.
from Texas,
I said,
think.
meet me on Wooty Whoop parking lot, your address. He said, he'll be there. I said, I'll be there in an hour. Boom. I said, and then I sent him 4 hours. I went and sat there like I thought. I've been up here 4 hours. He never came. Let's do.
You didn't sit there for 4 hours. You just banked on the fact that he wasn't gonna come. You didn't sit there for 4 hours. And if you did sit there for 4 hours, you are a complete idiot with no life and nothing to do. That the fact that you have 4 hours available to do that. If you really sat there for 4 hours, that means that you have 4 hours available to sit there and do that, and that will make you a complete and utter fool.
You see,
That's the Venice Beach thing. That's the Venice Beach
No,
thing.
this is way before that. We ain't even got there yet.
Okay,
I'm
man.
so glad you said that. We ain't even got there yet. He had 2 opportunities to get at me. I sent him an address. This is 4 hours. This is 2 o'clock, right?
Yep.
1 o'clock.
Don't bring that Venice Beach thing up, bro. You did not show up during that motherfucking Marathon Burger grand opening, bro. You a liar. You're 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 a liar. You did not show up at that Marathon Burger grand opening, bro. You showed up after the event was long finished. Did you show up? Yeah. The event ended at 4:30. You showed up at 6. This nigga right here, boy. This nigga right. And then here's the biggest part about it. You are out on bail right now for a stalking charge. And this is what you're doing? You're just like, you're just idiot, bro. Idiot.
Yeah.
Hit him again at what time? 5. I've been up here 4 hours. I don't see you. This is before that. This is a Burger King location that I said.
He said he got work at the end, but
He ain't talking about he at work.
Shit, paid in the Burger King parking lot.
I sent it and now you at work. All right, bro. All right, bro.
What is his work?
This is why he gotta have a job somewhere because the YouTube ain't paying. He poor. But anyways, all right. So boom. So then it gets to him and the other who was caught on Grindr and shit was talking about.
Wait. Let's not skip though. Let's not skip. We gotta address what happened in this room. We gotta keep it
right.
And just like that, when I see Almighty Suspect, I'm back to breaking his jaw.
No. He was gonna go to the beach. I think.
Oh, you're right. He was on some police ass. You feel me? So boom, look, I don't believe in no rules and fights. If this not my man's, you don't get no fair nothing.
Sure.
And I think if any other don't live like that, you tripping. You just out here giving everybody fair everything. If you not in the boxing league, you out your rabbit ass mind.
Okay. I'm concerned that at the rate that we're going, that the story is going to take an hour and a half. So
I'm gonna get there.
On here, you and him are kind of like vibe.
See where Adam immediately takes the attention off anything that he has to do about me? Please don't make me tap at that door. See, what y'all don't know is, maybe not, I done already popped up like peekaboo on niggas. If you don't want me tapping at that door, keep me off your podcast, bro. But if niggas want a podcast and niggas want to be funny and it's all LOLs, be funny. Just know that I am hilarious. But just notice how Adam immediately takes the conversation of anything that this goofball is going to try to say that's going to further put my foot up his ass. But don't worry about it. I was stalling Almighty Suspect out. It's all good, big dog. You need some attention. You got it, big dog. You thought DC Baby Draco was a problem. Just go ahead and keep it inside, big dog. That's where we're going to leave that at for moving forward. Almighty Suspect, just go ahead and keep it inside, big dog. And if you think you funny, you think you cute, pop out, my nigga. Show me I'm a liar. Show me. We ain't got to argue. I ain't going to never say nothing else about it past this video. Pop out. If you think that is funny, you think that is sweet, you think that everything is a game, everything is LOL smiley faces, you could do what you want to do. Big sus gerb. Go ahead, big dog. Make sure you got that pepper spray with you and your knife, my nigga. It's going to be necessary.
Man, you're angry at each other, but then you're also, it didn't seem that heated.
I wasn't mad because I was roasting
in the
him.
beginning. It seemed like it was a boxing presser at first.
He was more on some like roasting, but Brandon was like, oh, BPS put off.
He's trying to go personal attacks.
I'm talking about it. Do some research and decide. I'm gonna use this. He's talking
about personal. I'm talking about his booty shorts.
Yeah.
He mad. I'm grilling him. He mad. He was very angry. This is how I always am. I'm always loud. I'm always aggressive. So you can't use that as he's an angry, loud black man. Nigga, I'm just loud.
Now you did have a knife on you.
Allegedly.
How were you able to get this into the building?
Allegedly. I don't know what anybody talking about. I'm fighting cases. There was no knife. Nobody saw no knife. I don't know what anybody is talking about.
Is it true that you keistered it?
That's cap. There was no knife.
I just made that up to test you. That was a test.
I can't keister anything that doesn't exist. I can't keister something that don't exist. Don't exist.
Not the cheat game.
Never existed. 3 knuckles deep. There was no nothing.
No.
We fighting cases out here. We on 3 bells and we going to court as we speak. If anybody's watching this, there was no knife.
Okay.
Ever.
There's no. You definitely don't see a knife.
You don't see no knife in that video footage. So there is no proof of this. This is
Bro, Adam's already confirmed the fact that there was a knife. Adam's already made that abundantly clear, so There's that.
Say, she say. Didn't happen. But anyways, you feel me? All I gotta say is ain't no fair fights. You feel me? So anyways, boom. I was roasting him the whole. He gets toward the end with personal attacks, and then he claims that he called me a. We never heard him call me a the whole podcast. He was lying. He said, I call him a. And then that's when I said, when you call me a. We know what happens when you call me. So what happened was what happened when you call me. I spit on this shit happened. Shit get
You
disrespected.
spit on him and then you jumped and hid behind a security guard. So wait. So somebody calls you the B word, and instead of punching him in his face, you're satisfied with spitting on him. All right, sis, you got it. You got it. All right, sis.
You feel me? The security guard guy right there, I didn't like how he tried to lie and say that was me making noises, because I didn't need to make no noises because nobody touched me. That was him and the security guard wrestling with each other.
The grunting?
One of them was grunting.
That's what I wanted to get behind. Is
I didn't need to
grunting
grunt.
like that.
Hella fun.
That's what I wanted to get behind.
Yeah.
That was me up.
Bear gate.
I'm like, why the fuck would I need to grunt? Nobody touched me.
I'm going to say he was, just for the fact that Lush was sitting right there and Lush is not confirming his story. He's just kind of sitting there keeping it quiet. So I'm going to say the almighty suspect probably was grunting because he was getting snatched up by the security for sure. Because Lush is typically pretty good. If something happened and he knows it happened, Lush loves that moment in the sun where he could be a part of the clip and he could talk about what happened for sure. So he's awful quiet about this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a gander that just possibly, almighty suspect got snatched up as he should have got snatched up for having, you got a knife to work because you're an idiot. But you bring a knife to work and now you're wrestling with security whose job is to be security to prevent these types of situations. It makes 100% sense that you're the one grunting, but I guess.
I was yelling the whole time. You hear me yelling the whole time? Nobody touched me. I'm yelling. Bitch ass nigga. Like, and I'm yelling. How can fuck I be grunting? Nobody's touching me. That was him and the security guard. I think it was the security guard.
Was it Unc there for this as well? He was.
Bro, that would have been
Nah, that was Bizarre. Bizarre left.
Yeah, Bizarre.
Bizarre left.
Everybody, Young and Hefe was there too, and Young and Hefe's not agreeing to the story or anything like that. I think everybody's pretty much aware that it was, in fact, almighty suspect who was grunting, you feel me, because he was getting snatched up by security. But that all being said, man, we about to the next one. Y'all know the deal is right down to the left. Y'all know the rest, and of course, it's free. Avenue Angel until he's free. We are gone.
Sexy bands on my name. How many shots to the center of a freak nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pink nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga whack is a snitch and the jolly niggas are rapists. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you want it, you gon' take it. Stop them freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers. When general butt naked, the kid touch her is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it cracking right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga whack and slut and pathetic, Flacco's a fucking lame. Whack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Whack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, Flacco lied on me and then Whack told me to sue you. Treated Whack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every single week that nigga jolly on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. Flock of belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no. You should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton where your face is. That nigga real jolly got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lane, we know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Loose can't read and Whack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Whack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. Flacco when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pulling blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumbass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Wait. Hear me out though, right? Pause. Wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right, Joe, right? Wait though, right? I do want to